Ordering takeout or dining in at a restaurant is supposed to be a stress-free experience, a moment to treat yourself after a long day. But what happens when you find out the food you ordered may have been contaminated by rats? A delivery man shared a shocking photo of several rats running around in the kitchen.
Look. Goddamn rats. Look. These motherfuckers.
A customer shared a photo of an alleged rat he found in his 3-piece chicken meal. It's time for a lawyer. Be safe, don't eat fast food. A photo leaked of rats running around a Waffle House. An employee shared a video of a mouse that got mixed into their food. A customer alleged a rat fell from the ceiling during her dining experience.
You could hear something come down and then plop.
A video went viral of a mouse running around the prep station in the kitchen. A woman exposed one famous restaurant by uploading a video of rats running across their kitchen floor. These rats were at your favorite fast food restaurants, including Popeyes, KFC, Wendy's, Buffalo Wild Wings, WhataBurger, and McDonald's. How are these critters making their way into restaurants, and what can we do to stop them? And are rats even dangerous? Let's find out. When choosing to eat out or get delivery, we only want the best quality food from restaurants. We expect the establishments to be clean and follow health code protocols. Unfortunately, that isn't always the case. Ricardo Land, a delivery man in the DC area, has gone viral after showing some unsanitary conditions at a Popeyes chicken restaurant he delivered chicken to. On October 11th, the man uploaded a TikTok showing the kitchen at a Popeyes in the area.
Y'all wanna see something? I deliver all raw chicken to all the Popeyes in the DC area. It's this joint right here. It's this joint right here. That's some wild shit. All right, we're going there.
In the video, Ricardo let himself into the restaurant and went to the kitchen. What he found when he turned on the lights was shocking.
All right, y'all ready? This is Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeye. Look. Goddamn rats. Look. Look at this. These motherfuckers. Look at them. Oh my God. Look at them. Look at them.
He revealed a number of rats scurrying around the kitchen. He finished his video with a question.
You still love that chicken from Popeyes? Cause these motherfuckers in here.
Needless to say, people were disgusted by the video. When you see 10, there's 50 you don't. Thank you for that, never going to no more Popeyes, period. The health inspector should be fired, cause there's no way they passed their inspection. This video should be the reason the health department starts doing shift work 24/7. Many people made jokes about the situation. Damn, Popeyes got ratatouille cooking for them now? Those are the night shift employees prepping for first shift. MICKEYMOUSE, it's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. On October 28th, DC health inspectors paid the location a visit. They posted a document showing the number of violations the restaurant had received. The restaurant received 4 priority violations, which are violations that could cause a hazard associated with foodborne illnesses. Some examples are improper food temperatures and employees not washing their hands. They also received 3 priority foundation violations, which are violations that contribute to priority violations, like not having food thermometers or not having soap and paper towels at the sink. Finally, Popeyes received 10 core violations, which are violations related to cleanliness and facility maintenance, like dirty floors and improper lighting. According to the document, some of the specific violations included improper disposal of sewage and waste, insects, rodents or animals were present, and food contact surfaces weren't cleaned properly. On October 30th, DC Councilmember Charles Allen tweeted about the situation. "Absolutely not is right. DC Health inspected and closed this site yesterday." On November 2nd, Ricardo uploaded another TikTok with the caption, "When they demonize you for doing the right thing, please help." The video showed a screenshot of Ricardo's GoFundMe page. Ricardo claimed that after he posted the TikTok from the Popeyes location, he was suspended from his job. The information information section of the GoFundMe read, "Hello everyone, I have been suspended from my job due to exposure of the Popeyes franchise due to a swarm of rats in the place. I have a family of 5 and due to this incident, my family will be hurt by my employer. I will not be able to afford rent, food, or any other necessities to keep my home. I ask that you beautiful people to please donate what you can, and it will be ever so grateful from my family to yours. Thank you lovely people for the support on TikTok, and I will follow every one of you back as soon as I can. God bless you." His original goal was to raise $10,000. As of early December, he has raised over $40,000. On November 4th, Fox 5 DC reported on the closing of the Popeyes location. They said the rats weren't the reason for the closure of the restaurant, but instead, Popeyes chose to terminate the franchise agreement with the owner. A Popeyes spokesperson provided the following statement: "We have taken action to terminate the franchise agreement with this restaurant operator. This franchisee only operates this one location, and it is being closed indefinitely. This single restaurant does not reflect our strong food safety and cleanliness standards across Popeyes." Gerard Brown, director for DC Health's Rodent and Vector Control Program, said what was seen in the video was not indicative of other restaurants in the city, and it's rare to hear of rats inside a restaurant. According to the Washington Post, a spokesperson from Popeyes said another big reason for closing the restaurant was the franchisee didn't maintain proper cold holding temperatures in places like the walk-in freezer and refrigeration units. According to Fox 5 DC, Ricardo has since hired an attorney and would not be doing interviews, but his attorney said Ricardo wanted to return to his place of work. But this isn't the first time rodents in restaurants have gone viral. In June 2015, another chicken restaurant went viral for disgusting reasons. Deverise Dixon of Los Angeles went viral when he shared a mysteriously shaped piece of chicken he got in his 3-piece meal to his Facebook page. "I went to KFC, bought a 3-piece chicken tender. As I bit into a piece of it, I noticed that it was very hard, tough, and rubbery, which sent this deep chill throughout my body. I looked down at it and saw that it was a cooked rat. Made me feel sick. Never knew chick was shaped like rats and had tails. Bought this from KFC on Wilmington and 120th in the shopping center. Watch what you eat. People are sick out there." He posted a second status that alleged when he returned to KFC the next day to ask about it, the manager confirmed the piece of chicken he had received was indeed a rat. "Went back to KFC yesterday and spoke to the manager. She said it is a rat and apologized. It's time for a lawyer. Be safe. Don't eat fast food." KFC responded to the incident, saying they take customer complaints very seriously. "KFC takes customer claims very seriously, and we are continuing to investigate this matter. Our chicken tenders often vary in size and shape, and we currently have no evidence to support this claim. We are aggressively trying to reach Mr. Dixon, and we request that he return to the restaurant with the product for testing or call us at 1-800-CALL-KFC. KFC also responded to a Facebook comment saying, "We absolutely believe that this is a bogus claim, nothing more than a hoax, and an unacceptable allegation about the quality of our food." While Deverise had a lot of supporters, there were also many people who didn't believe him. One person went through Deverise's story and examined it, trying to debunk it. The person looked at the piece of chicken Deverise posted and where he had bitten into it. They explained that had the deep-fried food been a rat, Deverise would have bitten right where the head was. They pointed out Deverise would have revealed bones with his bite, instead of just white meat like in the photos. They also believe the tail-like piece was just a piece of fried chicken skin. The person provided photos of actual deep-fried rats and pointed out the limbs of the animal would be present, which they weren't in Deverise's picture. They believe Deverise might have been looking for clout, as he did several interviews with radio shows and CNN. Despite his interviews, KFC claimed he wouldn't take their calls about the incident. KFC has made various attempts to contact this customer, but he is refusing to talk to us directly or through an attorney. Our chicken tenders often vary in size and shape, and we currently have no evidence to support this allegation. We have extended the opportunity to have an independent lab evaluate the product at our own expense, but the customer refuses to provide the product in question. Eventually, KFC was able to reach Deverise's lawyers and got the piece of food in for testing. KFC spokesperson Rodrigo Coronel spoke to ABC 7 News in New York. The product has now been tested by a third-party independent lab, which confirmed it is definitely a piece of chicken, as we knew all along. The right thing for this customer to do is to apologize and cease making false claims about the KFC brand. KFC was also quick to share a photo of the piece of chicken, pointing out the white meat to prove it was 100% chicken. While the situation with KFC may have been a hoax, videos like we saw in the Popeye situation prove rats in in restaurants are possible, and it makes hoaxes like the KFC situation seem believable. Like most animals, rats love food and will go to great lengths to get it, even if it means breaking into a restaurant's kitchen. A Waffle House location in Norfolk, Virginia is no stranger to rodent infestations. In September 2012, Wavy TV 10, a news station out of Portsmouth, Virginia, reported on a leaked photo of rats running around inside the restaurant's kitchen. After the photo was leaked, the Waffle House location voluntarily shut down to deal with the rat problem. Once it was handled, they had an environmental health specialist come in and do an inspection. Another environmental health specialist, Dan Horn, commented on the results of the inspection. She did not find any rodent feces or adulterated food during her inspection. The Waffle House had a pest control company set up traps outside of the restaurant to help with the critter problem. They also used a foam sealant to seal any gaps around doors or pipes to make sure the rats stayed outside. The restaurant reopened shortly afterwards, and an inspector agreed the Waffle House had made the correct changes according to code. Rats aren't only big fans of waffles. According to a video from another chain, they enjoy buns too. Diners at a Wendy's in Oklahoma were left stunned when employee Skylar Frame shared a video of a mouse and rodent droppings in a bag of hamburger buns. A Wendy's employee said, "And I just hear mouse, 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 and I'm like, we do not have mice in the store. Like, what?" And I go back there and surely the mouse is moving around in the big buns. Wendy's made a statement to Wish TV News 8, stating they had been made aware of the situation and were taking it very seriously. They said they would be launching an investigation with pest control, and their quality assurance experts were making sure immediate action was taken. Employees said this wasn't a lone incident of not following health rules. One employee shared a photo of a cigarette left at a prep station. Another employee, Samantha Niebelink, said another time a manager told her to place the buns on the rack when she'd found rodent droppings in the bag. She also said rodent droppings had fallen on buns and other racks in the past. Samantha said she's noticed several health violations, like when an employee came into work sick and was handling food products without gloves. Wendy's corporate office updated their statement to add safety is their #1 priority and they want to provide a high-quality experience to customers. The corporation claimed to have strict procedures in place to make sure the restaurants are safe and well-maintained. Health inspectors later visited the location and found the problems were taken care of. This may be shocking news for most of us, but folks in Delaware already experienced this at another burger restaurant. Just 2 weeks before the Wendy's incident, a Burger King restaurant in Wilmington, Delaware was also exposed for having rodents in their burger bun bags. It's horrifying to think rats could be in the kitchens of restaurants we frequent, but sometimes they even find their way into the dining area. Customers at a Buffalo Wild Wings location in Los Angeles were shocked to find a rat on the menu, literally. A customer claimed that while she was seated, a rat dropped from the ceiling of the restaurant and landed on her menu. The customer claimed the manager of the establishment blamed construction in the area for the rats being attracted to the restaurant. Alicia Norman said she heard something in the ceiling of the restaurant before the rodent dropped down. She said she called over a manager immediately and the rodent was disposed of. Her bill was also comped by the restaurant. Maintenance crews were later spotted checking out the ceiling of the Buffalo Wild Wings. Rodents aren't only targeting chain restaurants, but local restaurants as well. In 2019, Chad Davis uploaded a video to YouTube of rats running across the counter of Willie's Pizza Joint in New Orleans, Louisiana. Other rodents can be seen climbing the stairs in the restaurant and running across the floor. The restaurant temporarily closed its doors to deal with the issue. They covered their windows with white paper so patrons couldn't see inside as they prepared to reopen. The restaurant said they were taking immediate action in dealing with the rodents to make sure it never happened again. The owner of the pizza joint claimed the rodent infestation had only gotten worse because of the construction happening nearby. Rats can contaminate foods in many different ways, from eating the food to leaving droppings. A WhataBurger restaurant in Texas had to do a lot of extra cleaning after a video went viral in September 2019 of a crispy critter. In the video, a mouse is seen running around the counter of a prep station. The mouse seemed confused on how to get down. After a few moments, a woman appeared and tried to scoop the mouse with a container. The mouse panicked and jumped into the deep fryer. The other employees looked on in horror. The man who filmed the video and posted it to Facebook, Brashawn Lewis, said he recorded everything because of the manager's reaction to the rodent. food. I wanted everybody to see what I see. Restaurants need to be exposed on stuff like this. The manager and the workers didn't seem like it was a big deal. It was no shock to them when we brought it to their attention, so that's why I recorded everything. Brashan said the restaurant refunded meals served at the restaurant for customers that provided a receipt. WhataBurger responded to Brashan's Facebook post, which was shared over 69,000 times. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. At WhataBurger, cleanliness and food safety are top priorities for us. In this instance, we closed the restaurant out of an abundance of caution and notified pest control. The entire restaurant has since been cleaned and sanitized. We addressed the situation as quickly as possible, reinforcing procedures with our family members. While we'll continue to be very diligent, it's important to know there was no history of this type of incident at this unit and there is no ongoing issue. It's reassuring to know the restaurant was properly sanitized, but that's not all. One of the most well-known fast food restaurants also had issues with these furry critters. A McDonald's in Palm Beach, Florida was also the victim of a Facebook expose in 2017 when a woman uploaded a video of rats running across the kitchen floors. WPTV5, a local news channel, spoke with the owner of the restaurant, Ricky Wade, who, like others in this story, say the rat problem is due to construction. Ever since we had construction on the adjacent property, which is now the 7-Eleven, we've had rodent sightings around the restaurant, in the parking lot, and due to the fact that we have seen this, we've had our pest control companies on this on a daily basis. Ricky said that as of the taping of the interview, the restaurant was rat-free and pest control was only brought in to maintain the rodent-free status. Ricky claimed the video was posted over a month prior. However, the woman who had posted the video said it had been filmed a week before the WPTV5 interview. When the journalist tried to meet with Ricky again to ask about the date of the video, she was told no one was available to speak. We can only hope the issue is over and the restaurant has been sanitized. Cleanliness and order are especially needed during a global pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic has pushed diners to eat outside on distanced patios to still enjoy a dining experience without worrying about spreading the virus. However, has this also pushed the rats to stay outside to grab a bite? According to Inside Edition, when diners go to bed, the rats come out to play. Inside Edition investigated rats exploring outdoor eateries after hours. At one popular restaurant in Brooklyn, they found mice running over chairs and tables looking for scraps. Stuart Waldman, a man who had been living in New York for over 30 years, spoke with Inside Edition and said he's never seen the rat problem as bad as when outdoor dining began. According to Inside Edition, restaurants are becoming more aware of the problem and are taking precautions to ensure diner safety. An interesting note is while restaurants were closed for COVID, they experienced higher rates of rats than pre-pandemic. The Center for Disease Control said certain areas across the US reported an increase in aggressive rodent activity since rats were now looking for food in places other than restaurant dumpsters. Jurisdictions have closed or limited service at restaurants and other commercial establishments to help limit the spread of COVID-19. Rodents rely on the food and waste generated by these establishments. Community-wide closures have led to a decrease in food available to rodents, especially in dense commercial areas. To avoid the rodents, the CDC recommended people tightly seal the entrances to their homes and businesses, their bins are covered and secured, and pet and bird food is removed from the yard. The main culprits of rat infestations seem to be fast food joints. However, shows like Kitchen Nightmares have shown no restaurant is safe.
The mouse, just by the front door. It's rat droppings. Look at them all, everywhere. For Stuart Little. Oh my God, no!
So, what causes rats to ambush different establishments? For Popeyes restaurants, the Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation believes the rodents are attracted to the breading on the chicken. They found 5 violations at a Popeyes in Hollywood, Florida, and found evidence of rodents having gnawed through a bag of chicken breading. They also found many rodent droppings around the bags of chicken breading, but rats are attracted to several foods. One of the main ones is grain and seeds, which would explain why the rodents at Popeyes love the chicken breading so much. Other rodent-favored foods are fruits, berries, nuts, meat, trash, and even pet food. There aren't many things rodents won't eat. YouTubers Rhett and Link from Good Mythical Morning did a fun experiment to see which fast food items rats preferred. It's important to note while this video is interesting, it isn't fact-based. In their video, they have a gadget set up with different fast food items on each side. The rat named Master Splinter was then placed in the middle and allowed to go towards the item it wanted the most. Master Splinter preferred the Chick-fil-A chicken chicken sandwich to the KFC one, the Del Taco taco over a Taco Bell one, and preferred the Wendy's burger to the McDonald's one. Their videos showed rats will eat fast food even if it isn't normally part of their diet in the wild. So, are rats a big deal? They seem to be in many food establishments we often frequent. Gawker doesn't believe so. In 2015, they published an article called "Rats in Restaurants Are Not a Big Deal." In the article, writer Hamilton Nolan said he doesn't think rats are the biggest health hazard we need to be concerned about. He believes we shouldn't be concerned about the dirt the rats could bring in. The amount of filth brought into a kitchen by a stealthy foraging rat pales in comparison to the microscopic filth that undoubtedly coats the hands of the person preparing your food, even in a nice restaurant. And even all of the filth on your cook's hands and floating in the air and lying unseen on every kitchen surface is not enough to have any effect on you, the diner. I eat in restaurants all the time. I'm fine. If I ever ate any rat hairs, and I probably did, I'm still fine. You have been in restaurants that have had rats in their kitchens before. You just didn't know it, and you're fine. Hamilton said there are a lot more things to be concerned about than rats, like food poisoning, and that people overreact. Food poisoning is something that could hurt you in a restaurant. Rats are not secretly leaving uncooked chicken breasts sitting out overnight. People go in the woods and eat plants directly out of the dirt and eat animals that they just put down with a stick. And you're worried about a rat being in the same physical building as your properly prepared dinner. However, the Center for Disease Control disagrees with Hamilton. According to the CDC, rats, directly and indirectly, spread over 35 different diseases, such as plague, rat bite fever, Lyme disease, and West Nile virus. The diseases can be spread through urine, feces, saliva, hair, and bites. The Department of Health from the government of Western Australia says diseases can also be spread by mishandling and improper disposal of dead infected rats, breathing contaminated dust, and bugs like ticks and mites found on rats. There are many ways for rats to get into your home or restaurants. According to Able Pest Control, restaurants and homes are favored by rodents because of their warmth and food. The New York State Department of Health pointed out rats are very crafty and will do nearly anything to get inside an establishment where they can be sheltered from the weather. They can squeeze under doors, come in through floor grates, travel through vents, and hide in food supply shipments. Rats will often hide in kitchen areas in attempts to eat cereal and bread. The Rat Man, aka Dan Dobson, spoke about how aggressive rats can be. One place I went to, they had chewed through the ceiling, through all the cupboards, the floors. I'd estimate there were about 500 droppings, in every drawer, including the cutlery drawers. While most people don't like having rats in restaurants, some have believed it to be a pretty common and almost normal occurrence. A user on Quora asked if it's normal to find rats in restaurants. Photographer Jeffrey Magnet believes there shouldn't be rats in restaurants, but he wouldn't be shocked by it. I would say that there shouldn't be any rats in a restaurant. With that said, it is one of the reasons why they keep the lights down low. Where there is food, there are rats. Opening the back door to take out the garbage lets them in without even knowing it. When the restaurant is closed, how many come out looking for food? That is why you may see large rodent traps in the back of the facility. Former rat owner Iris Lemley shared her story of trying to bring her pet into a restaurant. I can't speak for other places, but I'm pretty sure rats in a restaurant would be considered health and safety violations in the USA. I say this because when I was younger, I once tried to take a pet rat out to eat with me and was told that it wasn't allowed because of the health rules, even though my rat was very clean and tame, knew to stay in my sleeve in public, and generally went with me everywhere because we were best buddies. While rats may be notorious visitors, there are plenty of things people can do to keep their homes rodent-free. The Canadian Institute of Food Safety, CIFS, says the two keys to preventing rodent infestations are blocking entry routes and cutting off access to food. They say doors and windows are common entry points for rats, and they recommend installing mesh screens on all doors and windows in the kitchen, self-closing doors or windows, and putting metal covers over pipes and drains. It's important to note rats can enter buildings through a 1-inch hole, and mice can get in through a hole the size of a dime, so it's important to make sure cracks and holes in walls, ceilings, and floors are sealed. The CIFS also says it's important to make sure garbage is taken out frequently and is covered and pest-proofed. It's also important to make sure bins stay washed, as lingering scents can attract unwanted attention from rodents. The CIFS also recommends keeping food stored at least 6 inches off the ground and in containers made of food-grade plastic, glass, or stainless steel. We hope we won't be seeing any more rats in restaurants videos going viral for a long time. If you're out eating and you spot rats or signs of rats, you should report it to the manager so the establishment can take care of the situation. It's also best to avoid eating at places that appear dirty or don't listen to complaints. Have you ever experienced restaurants breaking health violations? Have you ever seen a rat in a restaurant? Let me know in the comments below.